The son of sons and daughters died, the heart of who we are. We bring peace to the future, strong, united, till we fall. Air and water flowing hard, and we call our home. Wish to keep the dark from coming, feel the weight of what we own. This ourselves are sons and daughters, good heart of who we are. Breaking peace to the future, strong, united, till we fall. And we all lift, and we're all adrift together, through the cold mist, still and lifeless, together. Hello everybody. I hope you're having a good night tonight. I'm just gonna shuffle that music. Alright, so I think I lost a viewer because I was singing, but also hi Kira! Let's turn that down a little bit more. Actually, it should be good now. Anyways, so I'm back from TennoCon, and just gonna go over a little. Hi, Tio. Hi, Esendier. Hi, everybody. Well, I guess my viewer count is a little off. Anyways, that's no big surprise or whatever. So the day I'm leaving for TennoCon, yeah, after a long weekend, yeah, I've had a long holiday of sorts, but like the Thursday, the day, like I go to bed on Wednesday and I'm like, did I not print off my ticket? And so I use Siri to like set reminders for myself. Her interpretation is just a little off. Just a little. It's like, print off TennoCon Dicket. And my train was at like 9:30 that Thursday, so that was a little fun thing. So honestly, I can't believe I left printing off that ticket until Thursday, the day I'm leaving to print off the ticket. Anyways, so as I'm getting ready to go and whatnot, I find the cat, like Sheldon, this guy right here. Oh wait, you can't see my mouse. The cat that's like this on the edge of the bed. That adorable little brat was like following me all throughout the house as I'm like finalizing all my packing and whatnot. Stanley, the one who's sunning himself, was just like started enjoying himself. He didn't really he kind of knew that something was up because I've been packing all my stuff. And like, he's just so cute. So cute. So cute. And he does that all the time. Like, just sitting on the edge of the bed there. This is my mom's bed upstairs. I'm downstairs. And so I'm on the train. And then so I'm like between this picture here and like this tweet here. So like I spend like, I don't know, I kind of lost track of the hours of how much time it was, but like when I get to Toronto Union, I meet up with Frelling Hazmat, the TennoCon creator of the Corpora skins, the Excalibur Corpora and the Nova Corpora. So like if we go over here, I'm pretty sure you can see it. Like, yeah, like this cover image, that's what he made. He's made the Teplocyanidana, the Zephyr skin. I don't remember what that one's called, but I use it a fair bit. I don't have that one yet. He's done a number of really cool things. And I think, does he have... on the street? Wait. How about let's do something smarter and just do the... go up. Media. There we go. See if we can find something quickly. Him going through Toronto. No? Okay. Well, that's it for his stuff there. So I meet him on the train. You traveled to London by train? Yes, I did. So like I'm not that far away from London. So like I'm in Kingston and they're over in London. So it's literally like a 6-hour train ride to get to them. And so like it's like maybe 3 hours. I don't remember how many hours it is to Toronto, but I meet up with Frelling in Toronto Union. Like my train, usually the way how it goes is that it like my train pulls up behind the one in front of it, and I just hop off one and get onto the next one in front of it. And then lo and behold, I'm just getting on the train. I'm not even really thinking about what's going on. I'm not expecting to meet anybody. And so like what ends up happening is I'm like getting ready to go into my seat, and then Frelling notices my hat. Actually, what did I... oh, where is my hat? Oh, I think I left it upstairs. Well, that's better than a 6-hour flight and then a bus. Yeah. I don't fly, but yeah, like, so he notices my hat here, and like I'm facing downwards, and then And so like I'm facing downwards. I'm not even really like checking my surroundings. Like I'm just boarding the train. He noticed my hat and he's like, "Hey!" And I look up and I was like, "Hey!" And we're just like, "Oh, hey, we recognize each other. We are people of the Tenno." And so what we end up doing is we just like spend the entire train ride together, like going over like his TennoGen items, like talking about stuff like just in general. And then oh, I'm gonna turn that down just a tad more. There. So so we're going over TennoGen items and whatnot, and just like talking about like what our expectations of TennoCon are gonna be. Then as we're pulling into London, we have this thundercloud pulling in over top of us, and it's absolutely huge and dark, and that my camera does not do it any sort of justice. And Frelling's pretty fast with the pretty fast with pulling the faces. And so like I get into the hotel. I am completely like it's always great to meet someone that way, like that way. Yeah. And so I met a guy at the market on Sunday. Oh, you meet a guy. Oh, okay. And so there's this massive thunderstorm that is rolling in above us. And so I actually have my umbrella here with me. Is this like this thing unfurls and it can cover 2 people. And so me and Frelling forgot our raincoats. So we got soaked. I had my umbrella with me, thank God. But like, I shit you not, the roads had turned to rivers. And like, it was like, when you look at the, like when we were coming in from the train station, like literally getting off the train and then going into the station, there wasn't like direct cover over top of the train, and then off to the station itself. And so what ended up happening is that we got soaked getting into the station, and then going like, and then getting out of the station, we were just soaked on our way to the hotels. Like it was like we were like, what ended up happening was that I had my suitcase on one side, he had his suitcase on the outside. So suitcases were on the outside of us together. We're huddled underneath this umbrella. It's good, like this umbrella is good enough to fit 2 people, but even then it's kind of pushing it with all the luggage that we have. Like I also have my backpack on, and I don't remember if he had a backpack or if he had a satchel thingy going on. And so as we're walking, as we're walking, some asshole like splooshes us off the side. Hey! Thank you for the follow, Tio, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Welcome to the party. And so this asshole driver splooshes us. Oh, Kira's got a dungeon going on. Let's see. There we go. If y'all want to enter in the dungeon, just copy what's written down there. And it costs, I think, yeah. So, I'm kind of make a joke over to Frelling. Like, I have my keys with me. These keys here. And it's like, hey, like we see the guy like stop at the intersection and then like turn right. I thought he was turning into the parking lot, but no, that street just extends further. And so I made the joke, I have my keys with me, so do you want to go key that guy? He's like, remind me never to piss you off. So we move on from that, and I drop him off at his hotel at the DoubleTree, and then by that point when we got to the DoubleTree, so like the from the train station to the convention center. So like, let's see, let me pull up Google Maps. London Convention Center. Alright. So this is London. That's the LCC. This is the train station here. So there's the LCC. There's the train station. We walk up here, cross this. We stop here, go up here, and then go up and around. And the DoubleTree is like right here. Oh, we did not survive the zombie. Oh dear. So both of you stayed at the DoubleTree? No. So, I might stay there next year. I might stay at the DoubleTree next year, which is like right here. But because they have a pool there and they have a hot tub, so it's kind of nice. But I'm actually right over here at the Holiday Inn. And it's like the cheapest place there. Like there's an Airbnb next door. Where you can have like kitchenettes and whatnot. But it's just like, I don't... If I knew people, maybe I might stay there the next time. I don't know. But like, so like me and Frelling walk from here to here, go up to this corner where the mall is, and then go all the way up here, and then I drop them off here, and I go the next block and a half that way. I stayed at the Hill Street Airbnb. It was cool though. Ah. Yeah. So I've been at the Holiday Inn for like 3 years now, so I think I might actually like bite the bullet and get the I do not recommend the Delta hotels by the Marriott. Okay. It was like 3 blocks away, plus or minus. Well, I just know that everybody like from the prices that I saw there, that's actually not too bad. Oh, you can't even check the prices for that, but like the prices are just not cheap. So like $150 a night is like, ugh. But like I stayed over here at the Holiday, and it's like not even that expensive really. It's pretty cheap. So like that's how, like that's even like, heck, here's the London Convention Center, and there's like 5 hotels in the nearby area. Like there's where's the Marriott? The Marriott was like somewhere around here-ish. It was within walking distance. I don't remember exactly where it was, but that's where W. Greats and his crew was like originally. Let me share that link. Oh, I'll check that out later. And so but yeah, so it's just like, so I get into the Holiday Inn, and I'm soaked. My feet are wet. And so like, but here's the thing though, I'm supposed to be going for sushi with W. Greats. Yeah, he is really cool. Like him and the Marriott is by the DoubleTree. He and Bros. Yeah. Well, like, here's the thing though. Like I got invited for pretty much, like I was like tagging along with Greats for pretty much the entirety of the weekend. Like, he just brought me along for everything. And so I think we're good with the map. So I get into the hotel and I'm soaked. So my shoes are like wet and my socks are like, they're just useless. So I put my socks onto the air conditioning unit and I go into the bathroom and I just start blasting my shoes with the with the hair dryer or whatever. And so like, cause sushi to meet up with everybody was at 4:00, and I like by the time that I was in the hotel, it was like 3:30, like getting ready and doing everything. So, and like even just to get into my hotel room, like there was a lady who was steaming the carpets in front of my door. And I'm like, I can't, I want to get in. And so that was like what that little video was pretty much about. And so we had sushi at this amazing place. Hi, kitty. Hello. Come here. Anyways, so it is a crowd of people that all of us go to have sushi with. So like here we have Sherpa Rage, we have Adelpho Celine, we have James, we have Michelle, who's kind of sort of covered in the back right there. Oh wait, you can't see my mouse. Okay, so from left to right, starting from the back and then working from the people at the front, there is Sherpa, there's Adelpho Celine. Wait, can I? So like, anyways, I don't know how to fix the non-cursor visible thing issue, but so hidden behind the guy up front is Michelle with the cap. Then there's me and Greats. Then there's Brozime in the corner. Then across from Brozime and Greats, there is Shannon and Kinsey. And then in front of me is Argon 6. And then in front of Michelle is Hobbs. And then, so Hobbs is actually a community manager or community coordinator for a few channels. He helps like moderate people's chats and whatnot for Greats and from the 70s. Who I met up later that night or your Friday. I think it was the Friday. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, so that was Thursday, and then we finally get served the food, and everybody here except for James, sitting between Amanda and Michelle, looks ecstatic for the sushi. James just looks absolutely terrified. And then Greats and Brozime and everybody's looking really forward to the sushi here. Greats knows all the sushi that he wants. I've never really had sushi before. I don't have it very often, but now that I've had it again, I'm like, I crave this. Like a forced potato. Yep. And then, because there's so many people, we can't all sit together. So me and Argon are sitting just across from everybody. And I get the udon noodles with the California rolls. And everybody else gets like pretty much their own thing and whatnot. Sushi is so good. We have a local place that, like, we have this one spot on the west end of town that has been pretty much notorious for like losing stores. Like it had been through, I would say, about 6 to 7 different stores before the sushi shop landed, and it's stuck, and it has been there for years now. And so I actually, like, I want to try out the sushi because apparently it's doing really well in this location now, and it's close enough that I can just take one bus trip over and like have some. But I need to convince my sister to go when I can do it. Maybe after I get paid, after I get my next paycheck done. We'll see. Anyways, so we have sushi. It's good, like super good. Argon was like telling me how he has like one of his like, you know those hoverboard things that aren't really hoverboards but they're like segways but without the control bar. Anyways, he has one of those, and how he took that around with him. And then some things from there. What day is that? That's the 6th, so that was Friday. What did I do Friday? We did a few things on Friday. Whoa.
Have you given your offering today?
Whoa, come on, Chrome. Uh-oh. I think that one broke. Let's go back. See if I can go and open, copy link to tweet. Yes, copy, paste and go. It's like all the sushi there. Oh god, I don't even really remember what happened on Friday. Friday we did like shit, what happened Friday? My memory has gone blank. Because this was Friday. Because we went to the works on Friday, but what happened before? Because, okay, so like, after sushi, we went to, yeah, so after sushi, we, like, the whole gang went to the theater, I think. Because I know that Thursday for me and Greats and the crew, we all went to the theater and the works. Yeah, I went there Saturday before TennoCon Live. Yeah. So Thursday, everybody went to go see Ant-Man 2. And that was interesting. I won't say anything if people are trying to keep in... I'm pretty sure it will come back earlier than expected because so many delicious food there. Yes. Oh my god. I saw Greats eat the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon and I'm legit hungry again. So like, this is like the crew here, like, so it's kind of funny. So like, there's James, Amanda, Sherpa, me, Headshot, Navi, Big Jim, there's Jim, then there's Shannon, Greats, Brozyme, and then Captain... What's his name? Big Jim ID. Captain Walker. Yeah, I'll give him a follow. And like, there's a comment in here where it's just like he looks like, you see this photo here and like it's good and it's kind of like we're all having a good time and whatnot, and then like one of the comments underneath is just like where is it? I don't know I don't know a lot of the faces of Warframe, but the bottom left guy looks kind of photoshopped in very slightly. And I showed that to my mom, and she's like, yeah, it kind of does a little bit. Like, the lighting on Captain there looks like a little off. It's kind of funny. And like everybody was just like sort of laughing at that afterwards, but like everybody had like really a good time there. That was super fun. So that was Friday. So I think before we went to the works, we did. Oh, I didn't tweet it, but I do have the photos. So this is like all before. Where is it? So this is like travel, video, travel. Aha! Alright, found it. So this is like, thank you iCloud, so I can just not look at my phone while having to do this. This food from the Early Bird is like goddamn amazing, and I kind of want one in town, to be honest. Like this is like I can't even remember what it was called, really. It was like, it wasn't an eggs benedict, but it was like a poutine with eggs and like goodness, and they were so good. Like, if you're in London, go to the Early Bird. It is the best breakfast place ever. Like, oh my god, that entire dish right there, like, I just want to have it again. It's so good. So good. So and then it goes to so the Early Bird, and then we have so then after the Early Bird, we all went like walking around London. Yes, go there. Kira, I want to see you there. Come on. We're gonna go to the Early Bird. It's so good. I got some Fest on Sunday. Yeah. So then after the Early Bird, we went and everybody else did their like camera shopping, and then we went to we did the camera shopping, and then we went, or did we? At some point we went to the London Covent Gardens, the marketplace, tasty poutine. It was like authentic. Oh man, it was so good. So we went to the market because on Sunday we had planned to have breakfast over at Sherpa's, which is like next door to the Holiday Inn, and I didn't even realize that. And so on Friday we were doing all the plannings for what was going to be happening at his Airbnb. If I could finish about it, can I re-rep from it still? I'm pretty sure. Did you went to the after party? I didn't go to the VIP after party. No, that was something I didn't go to. I'm pretty sure you should be able to, like, if you finish a mountain, can you get the rep from it still? Pretty sure, unless you've already hit your standing limit for the day. I'm not sure. So we go to the marketplace, and like there's like, oh man, so good. And then we so Greats was going to make scrambled eggs with ham and Romano cheese, which apparently is hard to find. And then ham, Romano cheese and like salsa on the side if you wanted to add it on top. And like, oh god, it was so good. And so I actually do I have any more of that? No. So like my next photo is the day of the event. Not yet. Basically haven't done bounty since launch. Oh, okay, yeah. So if you haven't hit your CETA standing for the day, then you're good. Like if you finish a bounty, blah, blah, blah. Even if you stay in the plains, like SP was wondering. Okay, so was wondering. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. It's like standing in general. Like, I don't actually. You know what? I don't even think there's a seat standing limit. I'd have to boot up the game, but I'm not gonna do it with so many Chrome tabs open. So after we go to the market, we drop things off at Sherpa's place, and then I think we head over to the then we go swimming, have a blast there. I don't have a wait, yeah, oh my god, I'm getting my days all mixed up. It's like 20k at MR21, something like that, I guess. I don't follow the limits for standing. I'm at like... Shit, let's actually go to the wiki for a second. Let's pull up the... There we go. Pull that up. Oh! Got updated a little bit. That's cool. Search bar. Whoa. Okay. Cetus. La, la, la. Oh, I don't really see anything right off the bat, but let's go to here. Getting standing with the syndicate. Yeah, it doesn't say that there's a limit. So it must be okay. Interesting. So it looks like there's no limit for the Cetus standing, as far as I can tell. Cool. Anyways, so there's a limit when turning in fish. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to be in game to do that. So, oh, actually, I'm trying to get back on topic for the recap. So, no, it was Thursday night we went swimming, but I went swimming in my clothes because I was not expecting to be invited to go swimming. And so I actually got this really cute bathing suit. And let's see if I can pull it out. I have like a mountain of laundry from TennoCon. Alright, let's see. Be very close to the top. Oh, there it is. I got this really cute bathing suit. I like the patterns on it. Still smells like pool. And so that's what we did on Friday. We did camera shopping for Brozime, bathing suit shopping for both me and Sherpa, because we both forgot our swimsuits. And I think, well, like, it's not that I forgot, it's that I never planned for it. I have 2 other bathing suits already. I was not expecting to go swimming because the holiday does not have a swimming pool. So so Friday we have the breakfast at the Early Bird, and then we go to camera shopping and bathing suit shopping, and then after that we go to the comic store, Then we go to the market. Then after the market, we go to Sherpa's, drop off the food. Then we go to the works, which is that image there. And that was Friday. Then after the works, we go to the Fox and the Fiddle and hang out with people there. And then after a certain point, like, this is Friday night, the night before TennoCon, so like I hit my limit at like somewhere after 10 o'clock or so. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I'm not a VIP. I didn't buy a VIP ticket, so I gotta go to bed. So I head off to my hotel, and I get up at 6 a.m. I have my shower, I prep, and then I get ready for the day, and I'm like, I go downstairs to have breakfast at 7 o'clock at the Holiday, because they provide the continental breakfast, and then I'm off to the convention center. And I'm not the first person there either. There are people that started lining up at 7 a.m. The doors did not open until 11 a.m. And so I actually meet up. So you were waiting for an hour? No. I waited several hours actually for the doors to open. So it's like I got there around 7:35, 7:40, something around there, and the doors didn't open until 11 o'clock. So that was like, let's just say 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. So about 3.5 hours roughly I waited for the doors to open. Other people had lined up there earlier. So there's like about maybe 10 or so people in front of us. And then some people forgot their didn't pick up their tickets, or their passes rather, until that day, and they didn't do the early access, like the early, yeah, excuse me. They didn't do the early pickup for their badges, and so some people had to go through the line again. So that was unfortunate, but they got through. They brought everybody into the convention center in under an hour, which is incredible. That took so much less time than last year, and it filled up fast in the convention center. So let's see. Okay, I did not post a lot from. All right, so let me find. So there's that image there. So let me see if I can find that. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. This right here is not on the first level of the convention hall. This is on the second floor before you go into the main area. So you go up the escalator and you turn to your right, and this is what you're greeted with, and this is so cool. I love this. They put so many more props up throughout the convention center. It was amazing. So this right here, I don't know, it was my first. I was told it was way better than last year's. They raised the bar. They raised the bars, with the props in general, all over the place. This alone right here. Look at that! Look at that! It's so cool. And this is me geeking out. Actually, oh! I didn't realize. Oh, what the hell? Okay, so I actually didn't realize. No. Let me see if it'll let me actually pause it properly. Why are you doing that, you dumb? There's... Okay, so you walk through, and actually the... Can I... Okay. Okay, okay, that's really blurry. But the guy in the blue right there, that is actually Ballas's voice actor. I'm pretty damn sure. Yep, that's him. Hi, Mac. Alright, so that is Ballas's voice actor. He is fucking dull. Like, we're just doing the recap from TennoCon 2018. This is Saturday at 11:02 a.m. So like this is 2 minutes into getting into the convention center. Like you do the bag check and then you're in. And so there's the Ivara cosplayer on the left, staff in the center, and then there's the voice actor for Ballas on the right. And holy shit, this guy is tall. I didn't realize that was him until I went to the sound panel. So anyways, after I didn't really take any sort of images of the... Do we have any of the art panels up?
I need a power core.
No, not yet. They're queued up, but they're not ready yet. For the art panel and the sound panel and all that jazz. They're there, but they're not posted yet. And so what ends up happening is... Okay, so I didn't really post much on Twitter. So like downstairs there's these things right here. And you can stand in them. And of course I stood in them. So like, of course, I had to do it. And I actually fit in it pretty well, actually. But there's these kids from one of the designers. I don't remember his name. But like, the kid was like you can see the you can see the little crooks that they have like between the armpit, like where that would be in the armpit area. This kid was like this because he was so tiny, and it's actually kind of dangerous getting out of one of those extraction bays, because you see how my face is all lit up for like that. I couldn't see when I was getting down from those. And like, that's the headset. Nice. Let's see, can I... Anyways, so like there's like 2 steps to get into that. Yeah. Blind, I almost fall. Yeah. So these things were like, they were cool, but like super not safe. They should have been like, oh god, they should have had like some sort of warning. And so like, that was like later on in the day, but like, this is the TennoCon main stage, actually. Aha! I have it. Nope, wrong one. There we go. So this is the TennoCon 2018 pamphlet that they gave out to everybody. So like that's the main stage there, and This is the floor plan for that entire upper floor. And a lot better seating arrangement than the previous years. Let's see if I can pull out one of the older maps. Let's see. 2017, so that would have been last year. Oh yeah, God. Okay, already you can see a much better seating arrangement. Okay. Did you enjoy TennoCon? Oh, hell yes I did. Alright, so let me see. IRL. Alright, so you can actually sort of see a little bit of the merch. There's the beer can from the Fox and the Fiddle. Alright, so this is TennoCon 2017's layout for the upper floor. See how, like, narrow that is? That's where the main stage was. And that's where everybody sat. And then we move on to this here. It's on the opposite side of the room. But now, the thing is facing out towards the rest of the floor. So what they ended up doing, there's like these room dividers right here. They ended up closing them most of the way, like drawing them back into the walls and having some like screen projectors and putting the rest of the like basically opening it up a lot more. So laggy where you're at. Oh geez. So they ended up opening up more of the area so that people could see the main stage better. And so let's see, there we go. Alright, so and then in the end this is like what the main stage looked like. Oh, excuse me. And so for 2018, so after you go into the area, excuse me, so right where this circle is this statue right here. Is this giant statue of Rhino. And like that's one of that's like one of the screens that they had up. You can actually sort of see it in the background. There's that. And then, okay, so let me put some stuff away so I can actually figure out what I'm doing. That's stuff from last year. Alright. And like 2017's bag. It was great to say hi again. Gotta go for dinner. See you later. I'll send link for the photo album I made for this year's TennoCon. Alright. Actually, if you want, Tio, I have a Discord. If you want to send your photos to the Discord, you feel free to do so. Just link it in. Actually, what I should do is actually make a new thing in my channel. Gaming. Let's just do new channel. TennoCon 2018. And if you want, you can post all of your photos and whatnot there. It's in the general tab of the Discord. I just created that now, so feel free to do so there. And so like there's all that jazz and whatnot. That stuff is put away. Ooh. Yay! Alright. So what happened next? So there was the first two art panels, or there was the first two panels that I attended. Already sent. Check anytime you want. Alright. Cool. Alright, so after the panels, I met up with W Greats because he had just finished his partner streaming on the Warframe partner, like on the Warframe main channel. And so what he ended up doing was I met up with him. The next person I think was DK after him for streaming. Then we met up with him. And then I think they started doing the escape rooms. And so while they were doing the escape rooms, I started reading the... Well, you can't really... Actually, no, it's this side. There's the comic... volume 1. There's like 5 comics out now. If you haven't already got them, there's a volume that should be available soon, I would assume. But while they were in the escape rooms, I was either reading that or I was taking a look at the cosplayers. Cause like, oh, like so cool. And like all these people coming out from the ready room. So like there's that Ostron in the beginning. And then I think I have like I have a video of everybody coming out of the cosplay room. So I see that. And like they're all this is when they're all on their way to do the cosplay contest. There's like a Frost, like Hark of Frost, there's a Darvo, a normal Frost. I don't know what that chicken thing is about. And like a good number of Corpus people this year, and like this last crew, I love it. The Corp ass crew, like I love it. Oh my god, I love it. There's so many good cosplays this year. Some of them are jokey and just all having fun, and like lots of cool cosplays. Some of them, like I think 1 or 2 of them were like Tenno. Like the girl at the end there, she had like an amp. I didn't recognize her as a Tenno until like afterwards. Like it wasn't until I saw her amp on her arm that like, oh, you're Tenno. I didn't realize what you were cosplaying as until then. So there's that. And then after that, I took some photos for little Navi as she's trying to angle herself to get a good view of that, and because she can't really use her wheelchair to get into that. And at this point, I don't blame her for not trying to get up in that. She can walk around a little bit, but like at this point of the day, it's like that was almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I don't blame her for not wanting to try to get into one of those things. Like her legs must have been done. So this is the main stage again. This is at 4 o'clock. I made my way up. Oh, so between... so somewhere in this time period, between this... So between this time period here... where everybody was downstairs and doing their stuff. There was a Twitch meet and greet that was for like a period of time where content creators got to meet up. So I went upstairs afterwards and I found a seat. And this is where like everybody was. Some people were here just to like see what was going on in between the shows and whatnot. And like seeing all the different people sitting down finally. I I kind of wanted to be up in this area just so that I could have a space for when the final Tenno Live show happened. And then I wanted to be close to the stage when they finally did their stuff. And so what they ended up doing was this kind of WarioWare-esque event where people would be given a hint and they would be given 3 seconds with a hint, and then they'd have to try to just within a allotted time figure out what that thing means. And so I think this is with Rob and some there was pros versus Joes. And unfortunately for Rob, his key bindings were all different because he uses his own custom key bindings. So he's not used to all the controls, but this video ends up being 30 minutes long, and I'm not gonna jump across. So you see all these different things here.
Final 2 contestants ready to play Space Ninja Warrior.
So he I don't remember his name, but it's Sheldon and this developer for Space Ninja.
Just like in WarioWare, you're given an instruction on the screen. You'll have 3 seconds to figure out what that instruction is trying to get you to do, and then the challenge starts, and you've got a timer to complete that in. So as an example, Sheldon's going to challenge me with something here. So I'm going to challenge Daryl to catch. I can't believe I even tried for that.
So
that's about as fair as you can make this game, you bastard.
And so they end up doing a whole bunch of different challenges and whatnot. Taylor joins the stage. And they all do these various random challenges throughout the time. It's kind of like WarioWare. Very quick, fast-paced micro games. You say with this Volt mission, you gotta the hint is gotta go fast, and you gotta go to the extraction tile within the allotted time. So something I saw some stuff from Frame Fighter. It needs serious work. I mean, I honestly never spent any time around Frame Fighter. This is Space Ninja Warrior, and there's this is something I would love to actually see in the game, but I don't know. This works great in a convention sense. It doesn't really work in a online multiplayer sense. And then I think, some final shots of Rhino in passing from the relay. So then after that, it is the Tenno Live, and we're gonna go through the video, which is not on TV. No, cancel. Full screen. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to be going over Tenno Live itself. I never touched Frame Fighter at all. I saw the arcade cabinets. The cabinets were pretty cool, I must say, but I never touched the thing the entire time I was there. If they keep it around for next year, I might touch it. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on what happens next year. We'll see. Anyways, so let's see.
That's my flute skill. Sorry, that's as good as it gets.
Oh yeah.
Turn it up a little bit.
Hands
That's kind
up
of
if
funny.
you've heard that melody today. I don't know what this is, Dean.
Subliminal.
I can't
Not yet.
believe
I don't know what that is.
Steve
We're waiting
did
for
that
reminding
whistling
you all
at the
this is an
beginning there.
M-rated game, so if we do anything inappropriate, you can just
M-rated panel coming up. Children, cover your ears.
no.
Rebecca,
But
are you ready to go?
we are about to begin Tenno Live 2018 from TennoCon.
So I'll be pausing and jumping and doing all sorts of things without the
It's
throughout
starting,
this
whether we want it or not, because we're nervous
Oh my
as can
god,
be.
here we are.
to
Here
help
we
things
are.
along
I
with
can't believe
this.
it. Yeah.
So before this even begins, I want to point out that W. Greets' assistant is sitting right in the front row there. Actually, you can't see him. Let me take care of that for a sec. That where Sheldon's foot is, the head that's right there, that's Greats' assistants. So, you won't see him right away, but like, actually, you know what? I could probably move that. Move. No, not you. I mean, I could use the moving of that. Move. There. The jar. Up. Here. Okay. Anyways. There we go. Okay, now we can sort of see things, I guess. You. Here. No. Ooh, no. Where's the header can move to the top. Sorry. Let me just fix this shit. Can you just not? Jar. Okay, yeah. It's not permanent. We're just gonna leave it there. Okay. Anyways, so, and I can't for the life of me remember how I hid the cursor, so you're just gonna have to go with this. The Grace's assistant is right where covering Sheldon's foot. So they'll introduce each other there. So this was so cool.
Sheldon's the only one that didn't get the memo about a white shirt.
Oh yeah, it was a white shirt day. Sorry.
That's all right. It's very important to start every
It's a
keynote.
Comey board.
Yeah.
White's about to win.
Or Comey board. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna win.
But yes, hello everyone. Welcome to our sort of finale of our third ever TennoCon. It's pretty insane that this hour has hit us. I kind of can't believe it, you guys. You can take a moment to introduce yourself to the viewers at home that are watching. Maybe some people here might need a refresher. Scott, why don't we start with you?
My name is Scott McGregor. I'm the design director here at DE and on Warframe.
Sorry, I didn't mean to slam my phone down on the ground. I did fan art of Scott.
I'm Steve
actually
Sinclair. I'm the
finished
creative director on Warframe. Thanks for coming.
I'm Rebecca Ford. I work on the community team with awesome people.
Spaceman!
Spaceman.
I'm Jeff Crooks. I'm the art and animation director.
And I'm Sheldon Carter. I am the studio general manager. Prime Chamber.
As I look around, I see faces that have been here every year. I see the DE staff that have made this next hour possible, so huge thank you to them. And also, of course, if you watched our prize bonanza earlier, we have to thank our sponsors like AMD, NVIDIA, Razer, Asus, and of course Twitch, which if you're watching on Twitch right now, there is an Ash Prime.
Let me know if the volume gets too quiet or
Don't
whatnot.
worry, we're going to get you all 1-2 within the next 2 weeks, so don't worry.
I know that the crowd is loud, but they can get kind of quiet.
We're just going to make sure that we have all your Eventbrite information, and we'll just make sure within the next 2 weeks you'll all have one in your accounts. Fear not. And another pretty exciting thing with, we love being a part of Twitch Prime with Prime. As you guys know, you can get Trinity Prime right now for watching. But Amazon has this thing called Prime Day, which we are participating in this year on the 12th.
Did they take the name Prime from us?
They did
This,
Oh,
I want
wow.
this.
Nope.
I am. Okay, so Prime Day is July 12th, which is tomorrow. And I'm going to participate in it just so I can get that color pack, honestly. I really just want the color pack. I'm fashion framing, so I'm going to be using that to my fullest ability, and I'm pretty sure fashion frame is going to cause everybody in the Larunda 1 relay to eye bleed. So we're going to have some fun with that later. I might do that tomorrow night. We'll see.
It's pretty cool. It's a free exclusive coming with Prime Day.
That's impressive.
Starts July 12th. You can take advantage of that on the old interwebs, and it's pretty exciting.
It's fine.
Fantastic.
Yes, I have the classic 3 pieces of printer paper that we do on every dev stream here, just trying to keep things going.
There was an air
That's
drone.
the agenda.
The drone threw the agenda away.
The drone launched this like too far, but
Yeah. So like there was an air drone like every year so far. That air drone like came by and just like apparently started. I work tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I work tomorrow too. I have to get up early. I have to get up earlier tomorrow. Are you heading out now? If you are, have a good night. I'm gonna still be covering Tenno Live and then maybe do some gameplay afterwards. We'll see. Anyways, but yeah, there was like there was a drone that went over the audience, and like it scattered her papers and everything, and like Grace's assistant and Brozan were like helping pick up the papers, and she like snatches them out of their hands and whatnot. So it was just kind of funny. Now I close so you can stay up. All right.
This has been the craziest year for cosplay at TennoCon.
Oh my
Yes, it
god.
has.
This is so good.
In fact, we have a $10,000 Canadian prize.
Whoa.
So that might buy you one of Steve's designer space hats. And I have been told through the judging panel and everything that happened with the cosplay, we have our winner here, and the winner who will be
Chicken
invited
dinner.
on stage to show off their costume is none other than that guy to the left representing Harrow. Let's see. I haven't even seen this yet.
And I think we saw him a little bit maybe in
Let's take a look.
he wasn't wearing his
On you
helmet,
get. Come on stage.
but during the video
Come
that I
on
showed earlier
stage.
that I took with everybody leaving the
All right.
cosplay room.
Okay. If you could put on your helmet, let's see what. I mean, maybe you can't see. Okay.
This Harrow
You look
cosplay.
fantastic. Congratulations. It's a pleasure
Put
to
it
meet you,
on,
Harrow.
Put it on.
Put it on.
helmet
Put it.
Put it on. Yeah.
Like, look at how detailed all those pieces are. Like, the helmet is pretty close to accurate. There's some squidging going on, so it's not. But like you'll see, like, all the fine line details on the body, like the owl crotch. And there was like a close up on the spine earlier. What was it? That looks like 4 days too. Yeah. Like, it looks good. Like, don't get me wrong. This looks good. Real good.
Is this your first TennoCon?
No, I've been here every year.
Awesome. And how long did it take you to make this?
My girlfriend started on Monday.
What?
So, that was Saturday, and on Monday she started. And like, look at Jeff's face. Jeff's face right there. He's like, what? Oh man. And like the dude's shit-eating grin, like, I love it. So like,
Let's get a new winner. Your girlfriend wins.
Yeah, she wins.
Okay.
Model.
Did she get the money?
Did she get the?
Yes, definitely.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. That took
Megan
4
will
days
take all
too.
your
Yeah, it's just
information
like,
over there. So thank you so much.
yeah, it like she did it in such a small amount of time. Like, and you could see some of the details. I
That was
wish that I
awesome.
could remember the
I am
frame by
so
frame
excited.
command.
I didn't get to see the cosplay entirely, but I'm blown away.
Sheldon, we're doing a live stream, eh?
Dude,
Dude, you gotta.
I know you're addicted to Zelda.
Steve's not even really looking. I love this.
For the first
They're freaking out. Like, I love it.
For the first time in history,
It's so cool. Like, look at this.
for the first time in history,
Sheldon's shit-eating grin right there. Like, is like, I got my friends to play Nintendo Switch, and like, I want to get a Nintendo Switch too, cause like, this is fucking rad. Like, I was going to get a Switch at some point. This just confirms that I'm getting a Nintendo Switch. Like, the fact that they dropped Windows XP support earlier this year just means that, is this TennoCon? Yes, this is TennoCon. This is Tenno Live. We're just starting going through the Tenno Live, like, just starting, and this is like 6 minutes into the broadcast of what they did. Also, you can transfer. Yes, you can. We don't know how exactly they're going to be doing the transfers. It could be like how they did it before, where it was like a copy paste from one account to the other. So like, if you started on whatever other console, like PC console, it could be that they just copy paste the data, from one account and move it over to the other. And that could be the case. I highly doubt that they'll put founders on there. Not in the sense of like, if you're a founder on PC, they could probably allow founders access on the Switch. I'm not sure. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see when that finally happens. Like, they'll do something with it. We'll find out later. I don't have all the details yet. No. Damn it. So he's returning to the stage now.
for the first time in history, we're introducing another developer on the stage of Tenno Live. Adam.
How you doing, everybody? I'm Adam Creighton from Panic Button. So I'm really excited by whatever Sheldon is doing here. So we thought maybe we would show you a video about that.
So good. I'm getting a Switch just because of this. A free game on the Switch. Who knew? So it already looks like the graphics have been like cut down a lot, but it's still there. Like, it still has that oomph. Like, you can tell that there's a bit of like a blockiness to it, but it's, yeah, an M-rated game on the Switch. Oh man, so good.
So, are you excited to be a part of the Warframe community?
We are so excited and grateful to be part of what y'all are a part of. And thank you. We're excited to bring this game to a whole new audience. And for you, Faithful, this is a whole new way for you to play it wherever you are with what you have with you. So thank you.
Thank
Like,
you,
look
Adam.
how happy Steve is right there too. Like, he's like, oh yeah, so good. Like, he's so happy about that. Like, oh, so good.
Let's
That was it.
roll credits. I'm spent.
Yep. So it's been so hard not to say anything about that, but
The number of tweets I get, like, hey, when is it? Yeah.
yeah. So that's super exciting.
Oh my god.
Can't wait. Of course, Adam, thank you so much. Thanks to the Panic Button team and Sheldon for your theatrics. Pulling out the prop humor is really big in Canada still. So, yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, and what's incredible is Panic Button has built a reputation to be the
So-
best developer on accounts, which they know the hardware.
So the next part
And
is...
there will be a
Okay,
dual
so I
pack
should
with
have
the
not
Good
skipped.
value.
some cool stuff to go through. This one, this is just a confirmation of a topic we talked about on a dev stream a while
So-
ago. A lot of you have been asking about the Prime Vault and how we're bringing it back, because this can be controversial. There's a lot of thoughts about it, and I'd like to confirm that we're going to change it up a bit this year, but we are going to have the Prime Vault launching this summer with Nyx and Rhino. So, and there will be a dual pack with the two of them, with everything.
Yeah!
There's going to be an individual pack, and then we're going to do 2 individual accessories packs as well. Yeah.
Alright, so if you just missed what she just said, because the mic audio can be a little bit quiet, you can get Nyx and Rhino individually or together, but there's also the accessory packs that are $20 each. And I say each because you can get their Nyx's accessory pack and you can get Rhino's accessory pack separately. That's so good. Like, thank you. The Prime Vault is actually functioning as it should now. So that's so when that eventually happens, I think later on in the summer, I think they mentioned, you can get your Prime Vault access at that time period. So you'll get the Tarkus Prime armor, and I think there's like a weird Syandana with Rhino. I don't recall. I did get that one once.
And they're going to be they're going to be $20.
I think
for
there's
each
some
accessories
gotcha.
pack, and there's going to be some stuff in there, which the drone blew that off my page, so I can't read that.
The drone took it.
It's okay.
Drone ate your homework.
It's true. I can blame that drone for everything. And if you missed that, we have a camera drone that threw my stuff across the stage. So, if you like the best Warframe in the game, Nyx, or if you like Rhino, this is...
Yow.
You're throwing some
It's fine,
favorites
it's fine,
out.
It's fine. Right. So, if you are here at TennoCon, perhaps you had a syndicate in your bag, and you're probably wondering which team won the syndicate
I'm wondering.
competition here. And if you received the Perrin Sequence team, you are the winners.
Good job, Parent Sequence team.
I don't even know how
So
far behind
congratulations
Texas
to
were.
anyone on... I didn't get a team, so...
There's 2 people that are really excited.
Yeah. Now, maybe some of you guys didn't make it to the art panel, and we'd like to incorporate some highlights from that to our show.
Sure.
So, Jeff being the art director, why don't we take a look at our first concept for a new deluxe skin?
Because I totally know what we're showing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you've already seen this, act surprised. It's all acting. It's cool.
Sorry, I was like looking into the bag. This is so cool. So,
Yeah.
she just mentioned that so Nyx already has her Dark Sector deluxe skin, and now she's getting like an actual proper deluxe skin. Like, not that the Dark Sector skin wasn't like a proper deluxe skin, but like to keep it in line with the other skins that have been coming to the game, this Nyx skin is more in line with that. The only reason why they did Nyx and Excalibur and Rhino wasn't originally part of the original Dark Sector game, but like Excalibur and Nyx, those ones made sense. Rhino actually looked like it was a part of it. Volt, I'm still not liking the Volt skin for deluxe. It looks like a corpse, which is probably the intention, but I'm not a fan of that one. So I'm really looking forward to what they could do to get rid of that skin. So with this Nyx skin, is basically a reconfirmation that they are going to start doing more skins for frames that already have deluxe skins, meaning that if you already have all the plat in the world and you already have all the other skins, like me, outside of TennoGen, and you want to spend your plat on something, they're coming out with another cycle of deluxe skins, and this is just basically a reaffirmation of more deluxe skins. I know that Kaz wants to do another, I think Nidus? Nidus or Necros, one of the two. She had stated that she wanted to do a, one of those two. I'm pretty sure.
So Stepan, who did some fan art and tweeted out, kind of did some amazing fan art for us, and then Rebecca reached out to him directly, and somehow he got the idea to do an X Deluxe. I don't know how that happened, but
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he came through. It's pretty amazing.
And this
It turned out amazing.
And it basically does confirm we will be doing multiple deluxes for Warframes, which is something you guys have asked for quite some time.
We're kind of hitting that point where we have to kind of go through the cycle again, so we're starting to do plans for that.
And it looks so good.
We teased concept art for a Vauban deluxe skin. Why not get a closer look at the model?
Oh man.
Alright, and now with the Vauban Deluxe, a lot of people like it. I'm not liking it, actually. Like, I like the concept art, but for me, it doesn't translate that well. I guess I kind of need to see this guy moving. Or maybe it's just the rain render in the background. But I'm not liking this one as much. Face reminds you of a bird. A little bit. If anything, I'm going to be seeing... I fully predict a lot of Iron Giant references being made to the Vauban Deluxe and Alphonse Elric from the Full Metal Alchemist series. Like, there's going to be references all over the place. I can fully predict that now. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen anything pop up from it yet. Anyways, I want to see it in motion. This skin, I kind of wish I could see like an animated GIF of it like moving around and whatnot, because it looks like it has a lot of moving pieces on it. Like a lot of valves and whatnot. The axe itself is supposed to like splay out, and it looks like it's splayed out right now, but like I want to see it like, I don't know, I want to see it fully extended or whatever. I need to see it in motion before I give it final judgment. It looks like it's already in game, but I'm not a fan of how they rendered it with Captura. It doesn't look good to me with this render.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Wow.
Good job, Eric.
And if you've already seen it, act
Eric and
surprised.
Greg.
And their concept art is for it's right there. I see him.
Boo.
Eric better.
Yay, Eric and Greg.
And perhaps you saw someone in Alid V cosplay walking around today, and they have done
Oop.
Limbo.
Oh,
Oh,
we can go back
spoiler,
to it.
spoiler.
Oh
There
yeah.
we go.
Nope.
Alright, so this is the Limbo Deluxe skin, concept done by Kaz, aka DE Synchrosis, and I fucking love this. I really love this. This Limbo looks so cool. Like it looks like it's like partially sentient, but there's also the, like, if you see right there on the face thing, there's like this long ribbon-esque thing, and I think that's like sentient limbo. I think that's like a reference to like the Japanese vampires or something, like, you know how, or zombies, or I think it's vampires, like the undead people with the ribbons on their faces and that hop around and whatnot. Like I think that's kind of in reference to that a little bit. How it has like the ribbon in the front and how it's kind of torn and sentient looking. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. This is just a concept art at the stage right now, and I wouldn't be too surprised if Kaz actually does the 3D modeling on this. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this turns out. Shinko? Neat. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to see how this turns out. I want to see this thing move. They are zombies. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, at least you knew what I was trying to say. I don't know my folklore all that much from Japan or that general area, and to be honest, I know some, not a lot. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how this one turns out.
No, we're good, Dean. This is from Kaz.
And
Yeah, your TennoCon experience.
yeah. So, Titania is the next one. It's fine. I got you. Thank you. And so this next one is Titania, and I love it. It's moth Titania, and I love it. It looks like she has like a mink hood almost, but it's like mothy. But like the one thing I wanted to see was how her wings would look on the top side. They don't show that, and I'm kind of a little sad about that. So they have all this like beautiful designs, but they show the AS, but they don't show the top of the wings, and that kind of makes me a little sad. I want to see what the top of the wings look like, so I can draw them together again. So like, hey, DE, when this is finished, when you have your deluxe skin all done and whatnot, I will redo this image with the deluxes. So please give me the wing, so I can draw it how it should be. Please. Please, 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 please. But yeah, like Fayark and Titania Deluxe.
That's yeah, your TennoCon experience is a slideshow this year. So next up we have Neja.
Oh yeah.
Work in progress.
Okay, so she literally just said that this is still a work in progress image for Neja Deluxe. This is just the high poly sculpture, meaning that this has no texturing on this whatsoever. So a lot of this is pretty close to being done, but there's no texturing on this whatsoever. Not even fair, but Oberon Prime. Well, yeah. Well, like, also Christmas Luchador. Yeah, I could see that. But the thing is, though, like, I don't even know if they show the weapons in this. No, I don't think they do. They showed it in the art panel. If the art panel was up on YouTube, I would show you what the weapons and the Sayandana would look like. I don't have the files on hand to showcase what the Sayandana and the daggers look like. But the daggers are done. They're fine. They're all set up to what they need to be. But the textures and the materials are not set up yet for the Warframe itself. So Neja still has a little bit to go. I would say, since the sculpting is pretty much done, I would assuming, I don't know for sure. Sculpting looks like it's pretty much done. I would say, since the artist is pretty gung-ho about finishing the Neja skin, that they're going to be hopefully done the texturing within this next month. Hopefully. We'll see.
Yeah, and then I guess we're closing it out, right?
Yeah, last but not least, Nidus. But wait, there's more.
So here's the cool thing about this Nidus Deluxe skin. Yes, daggers. The daggers look amazing, but they don't have the art panel up yet on YouTube, so I can't look them up. Nidus looks really good. Now, here's the thing about the dog. The dog is just a skin, and then it's an armor set. So you can so like I wish I remember how. Oh, excuse me. There was like a cheat code that I saw somewhere for how to do frame by frame on YouTube, and I don't remember it anymore. But in any case, the armor that's on the helmet, the golden metallic bits, I know which I'm fine with. The golden the metallic bits in general on the dog, like the wingy bits, the pronghorn, the chest, the collar thing or whatever, those are all going to be an armor set that you can attach later, because the dog cannot build up armor like Nidus can, and so it's just going to be a separate set. Because it is the helmet charger that's getting the skin, where I'm not sure, it looks all like custom armor. I'm not sure if that can fit like a regular Kubro, anatomy. We'll see. I'm not sure. I don't think it will, because the helmet needs some love. We'll see.
Yeah, amazing work by the art team, and yeah, we decided.
And that's fully 3D rendered too. Like, this is all 3D right now, so it's not much longer before this comes out into the game.
Was that Pablo? Oh, it's dark. And you know, cosmetics are great. We love ourselves some fashion frame, but we also love to confirm perhaps that we are working on 2 Warframes simultaneously right now. The first of which, your first look is brought to you. Kevin Glint, who's an amazing community artist. We commissioned him to put this together for you. Oh wait, first is the Revenant, I'm sorry. Don't worry, Dean. We are still working on this.
It's fine.
It has more lasers now. You'll see it on the next step stream. Just confirmation. Don't worry.
Which is probably in
Kevin
2 weeks
Glint
from now.
brought to
Or
us,
not this week, but next week.
a portrait based on our next.
So dramatic. Oh,
So good.
so dramatic.
So this is codename Garuda.
That's the current name. Yep, that was a Keith Thompson concept again, and he came up with the name as well. So
Are those claws? Or no, there's the hands, and then there's claws. The other.
She's essentially, her theme is gore. So she is a
gore theme.
gore-based warframe, blood, meat shields. But I think the conversation we had is Valkyr is rage, and
Yep.
she is just indifference.
she's gonna be a bit more elegant.
Elegant.
Violence, yeah.
Interesting.
Fancy.
Very.
So they also, like, on the art panel, because I did attend that too, like, the original concept art had her face, like, very beak-like and whatnot, especially since she's in Versa Valkyrie. Yeah. So, like, and as they just mentioned, that Valkyrie's, like, very, like, going after things. She's, like, kind of more laid back, and Garudas are also, like, bird-like spirits to begin with. Or, excuse me, maybe not even spirits, but, like, I've seen Garudas, they're airborne. So maybe she's like, she can walk around and maybe, like, have some airborne abilities. We'll see how that turns out to be. So meat shield, and yeah, we'll see how this turns out, because, like, she's just, like, walking around like normal, but, like, she has this fucking body on her arm right now.
Fancy.
Very fancy.
Well, up until this point, we've shown you guys some cool stuff. We hope you've had a great time so far. But we have 3 computers there that I expect we should be using sometime
No,
soon.
it's too
Already?
soon.
Already?
Yeah.
Scared.
And I certainly need to invite Megan and Danielle to the stage to help me. And before I walk over, obviously this is a very big moment. We hope nothing goes wrong, but there have been
Nothing
devs
goes
working
wrong.
nonstop. Many of them here today. I'm just going to stop talking now because, oh, here it is.
Deep, deep breath.
Her soul, this, yes. And I'm probably gonna start singing as soon as it happens too.
This is, yeah, I mean, there's been some data mining, so. So we're not going to show you the things that that maybe you already know, but we are going to show you the next big expansion of Warframe. It's called Fortuna. We're gonna do it in a squad of 3 this time for reasons that will become apparent later on. The amount of work that has been done on this over the last few weeks shows a team that when people say DE taking energy,
I'm not sure what was data
and they
mined.
needed it.
I'm
And
still
so I
a little
really
bit unsure
am so
myself, but
grateful.
I think it might have
We're
something to
just
do
kind of
with the
live stream
Railjack
crew
system.
and kind of like
It was on
spokes
Reddit,
people
and I didn't really
for
look
the
into it, and
company.
I don't like looking into data mine
But
stuff.
I know that there are people in this room that work their ass off late nights to try to bring their passion for the game, your game, to life and to delight you and surprise you. And I don't know if this is awkward, but if you are on the dev team, do you mind just raising your hand and could we just have a little round of applause for these guys? Very cool. Thank you. Thank you. There's one thing that makes, besides maybe shame and humiliation, that works too. But there's one thing that has consistently motivated our team to work harder, to try more ambitious things or weirder things, and that is actually TennoCon. They come here and they see you guys and they interact with you and they experience your love of what they're making. And when they go back, there's a whole new light. And I think hopefully we can share some of that with you today. So I'm going to stop talking because the demo is, what, 90 seconds long? 98 seconds long? Okay. So I'm going to try to shut up. Scott said I won't be able to shut up because I'm going to get too hyped, but I'm going to try my best. I love you guys, and I love our team, and let's check out Fortuna. Woo!
Together. Through the cold mist, till we're lifeless together. Oh, it's so good! So good!
The race just keep going on.
Well, I don't know if you guys expected a Chain Gang song. So here we are, we're in Fortuna. And this is, these people are called the Solaris. They are a body augmented race of people that live in debt enslavement to the Corpus Overlords, specifically Nathaniel, who has returned to Venus to reactivate the ancient Orokin terraforming machines above the surface. So we're going to show you a preview of some of the things that are extensions and casting a new light on new systems. So there's kit guns for secondaries here. I'll just show you a quick preview.
I want to take a look at what
Ancient
that menu was.
Orokin terraforming machines above the surface. So we're going to show you a preview of some of the things that are extensions and casting a new light on new systems. So there's kit guns for
Okay, so it's build a gun, browse wares, daily special, and other services. So something tells me that you can also guild these. I also love that his name is Rude Zood. That's like key. I love that. So essentially he's going to be doing what Hawk and Onko do in the with the custom weapons over in Cetus and doing stuff like that. So, but he's more of like the Hawk variant,
Just show you a quick preview.
where you just get the secondary weapons through him. And all these,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all these numbers are all
It's good stuff.
work in progress still for all these status, like all the
And
scores and
I
whatnot.
don't think we'll kind of gloss over the things that you feel are like, you know, extending the systems you're already familiar with, but there's a really cool new modular system that Sheldon's going to tell us about.
Yeah, so maybe you guys might have heard me talking about MOA pets. Have you guys? You've seen MOA pets before? You've heard of them? Well, now you can make them yourselves. Did we talk to Boone? We can select his head and a body, yeah, and a base. And each of these things are going to determine the stats and how your MOA looks and what you can mod it with. And so you can configure it any way you want. You can put a hat and you can put a bow tie. Let's take a look. There he is.
Alright, so I'm pretty ecstatic for this.
We've crossed the line, Sheldon, where like Clem and this is like
Yeah.
player memes are infecting the game.
I do what I can.
Yeah. But
So, like, there's the pet MOAs, which are, of course, one thing to note that I saw in the menu screen there, that there is no gilding to do with the MOAs, so you don't have to, like, unlike the weapons that you get in, like, with Hawk or with Zood, you don't have to worry about gilding the MOAs at all, which is good. So you don't have to do, like, master your rank over and over and over again for these guys. So it's just, and so far there is 4 variants, hopefully more to come. There's the meme, and then there's like 2 with the wide angle heads, and then 1 with the narrow cast head variant. And I think that's it for now with Boone. I wouldn't think you would it's a pet. Yeah, true. But it's just because of I noticed how like it's a modular system, and like previously with the modular systems, like it's been precedent to have like gildings attached to it. This, you don't need to worry about it. So we're just gonna move on from that.
There are new systems, and I think if Rebecca goes over and talks to the business, we can kind of begin something else. The business represents some of the technological spearfishing. You can see in the tanks up there, actually. Nope, that's not where the tanks are. Yeah, exactly. These are the remnants of the Orkin terraforming machines that work below the surface to bring this
Excuse me. So with these fish and mechanical things on Venus that you can find around in like Fish 4, they're going to be carrying over some of the some of the Cetus systems over to Venus. So there's going to be mining, and then there's going to be fishing. There is going to be like, and there's the Cetus, there is the Venus mining laser, and then there's the Venus fishing spear thing. It looks like it. I watched Brozyme's video earlier today, and it looked like it's like a magnetic catching spear thing. It's just the one from what I saw for each type. So hopefully you don't have to have like too many variants of each spear. I hope to God we don't. But chances are we will. I was also able to talk to Steve on Sunday about this system a little bit, and how I asked him several questions, and it's about the system in general with the business. How if you've already got all the parts from Cetus, if we were able to bring that over to Venus and not have to farm up as much. And he did say that yes, you will be able to bring over systems from Cetus into Venus, like the mining, the Arcwing gear, the fishing stuff that you use in Cetus all the time, and the planes and whatnot, you will be able to use on Venus. You don't have to farm as much as the result. But if you want the better gear that's equipped for the area, then you're going to need the gear that's made for the area, and vice versa. So like, well, maybe not vice versa, but like we'll see what the difference is in speed time, like speed for mining and whatnot when it actually comes out. We'll see. As for the mining, I did like make a suggestion to Steve about the cryotic farm, because for me, I don't do the Plains Vitalon bounties all that often. I don't really mine in general. I find it rather tiresome. But if I want to get cryotic, the only missions that I do is the excavation missions, and that is very, very tiresome. So I made the suggestion to him. It's like, can we have mining cryotic on Venus? Because the nodes are there. Or, like, the nodes are, like, made ready on Venus. And he's like, so, like, I mean, it's, like, the suggestion's like, hey, like, maybe on a good score, like 20 at most per good score or whatever. And then it's not like, even if you have a resource doubler, it's not going to be 100 cryotic. So if you were to do a excavation mission, you're already like up by 20. So like you're that much further along if you were to do the excavation missions. Yeah, that, like, I'm so tired of the cryotic missions. And like the other guy who was sitting next to me as we were talking to Steve was like, he had gotten so close to getting the ice hammer. He was like, it's 30k cryotic, you only get 100 per per dig. And he was just like, I'm not gonna spend it on the ice hammer because I don't want to be in the pit. I understand that, because there's literally, like, outside of that ice hammer, there's literally nothing else at the moment that requires cryotic into that. Yeah, it's like, it's not fun. It's not. And even with the resource doublers, it's like, ugh. It's not fun. And I actually haven't seen loots pop up at all tonight. Huh. But yeah, so like, made the suggestion about cryotic being a resource to farm on Venus, because I'm so tired of that. Anyways.
Flow of coolant to the surface to cool the planet. But secretly, the business has another agenda.
How do you do, World? My mission is to conserve this region's unique species. You know, before the corpus drive them to extinction. I'm known as the business. Udico calls me Biz. To capture your chosen specimen, you'll need an echo lure and the appropriate.
Actually, let's go back over that menu item.
To capture your chosen specimen.
Okay,
You'll
dang it.
need an echo.
No, no, no. Full screen.
Lure.
Okay. So we can see some things. Not all the things. But it looks like the round barrel things in his inventory are going to be like things that you store the animals in, or like feed. Probably. Because you have the tranquilizer and you have the echo lure. Oh. Well, there's loots there. Okay. Maybe it has been playing and I just never noticed. Okay, wow, I'm an idiot. Thanks, loots. Anyways, so like it looks like the round barrel-esque things are like maybe containers to keep the creatures in. There's the tranquilizer dart. And I can't really tell what those those rods are, but we'll see. So you don't really hover over them anytime soon.
And the appropriate tranquilizer. So
Did
let's
they?
address that.
Flow of coolant to the surface to cool the planet. But secretly, the business has another agenda.
How do you do, World? My mission is to conserve this region's unique species. You know, before the corpus drive them to extinction.
Did she
I'm known
hover
as
over
the
them?
business. Udico calls me Biz. To capture your chosen
So there's a
you'll need an
trophy
echo lure
and
the
bait.
appropriate
Okay, so it's
tranquilizer.
bait.
So let's address that.
So the barrels are bait, and then there's the trophy thing. And the rifle.
Walk around Fortuna long enough, and you'll hear the name Solaris United. They fight for the workers, and they keep Neff honest. And if that sounds like it might be your business, find Udico. Stay warm, friend.
So we're gonna go into the Echo Lure a little bit later once we take our elevator ride up to the surface. But let's meet the leader.
There's Danielle and Megan. Danielle is actually using Frilling's TennoCon signed on her.
So, Biz vouched for you. Name's Udico, Neth Anyo's loyal floor boss. And when he's not looking, the voice of Solaris United. Let's us have a quiet conversation. I got something needs doing. If Biz says you're good for it, I'll take him at his word. You gonna make him
All right, so for the reward table there is the Kreska blueprint, the Akakor blueprint, and the Batakor blueprint. So those are the 3 new weapons that you're going to be getting as a rewards from Yutiko. The Kreska is like a melee item. It's kind of like I think either a staff or a scythe, if I recall correctly. The Akakor is probably going to be something like a handheld SMG of sorts. We'll see. And then there's the Batakor, which is a rifle. No further details have been given out as far as I can see. And then, of course, there is like the Venus equivalent of the stacking mods on here. And then there's the Oxylus Sentinel, which is actually fucking adorable. And actually, it doesn't say blueprint, it just says Sentinel, so I think you just get it if you have the reward roll your way, which is pretty cool. It's one of the new Sentinels either designed or made by Kaz. So pretty cool. Strain consume. I wonder what that means. Strain. It sounds like invested stuff. Then there's two Kubro looking things. And one Sentinel looking thing by the looks of it. But I'm not sure what the strain consume one. I can't tell what that icon is.
outstanding. Now get out there and void some sudden warranties.
So, the surface of Venus is, around 900 degrees Fahrenheit, as we know it. But of course, Warframe takes place in a far different, far future world. So let's ride up and see what the state of it is.
The Orb Valis was a firestorm when we arrived. The Solaris bled, toiled, sweated, and died for an age to make this place a reality. It ain't paradise, but I gotta say, feels good finally having someone to show it to.
So cool. So there's Danielle. She's off to go track down that.
So those are the orbs that protect each of the Corpus base interests. They're like the lair mother to these locations. I think Danielle's going to go and track one of those while Rebecca and Megan go work on this bounty.
And like the music alone is just superb.
This is called the Boreas Weeping Post. This suctions and siphons off the coolant flow from 1,000 years ago, brings it to the surface, creating
look at
a
the
winter
ships up
storm
there.
within the furnace of Venus. So we're in the eye of the storm right now.
Oh wait, can you? Let's see.
See that taxman base dead ahead? Solaris United just captured it. Only problem? Poor Neff is under the mistaken impression it still belongs to him. Use that muscle of yours to convince him otherwise.
Excuse me.
Solaris United shall be eradicated for this outrage!
So the capital ship is raining down from above while its drop ships are bringing in more units. I I think this is the first time... I don't know if I've ever seen Corpus units with jetpacks before.
No matter. We have secured a mighty prophet, the Solaris United personnel roster. We will hunt them down like rats.
But I think the Corpus units with the jet, like, with the white helmets, orange suits, and like the backpacks, those are units with that can fly around a little bit more now, kind of akin to the Grenier units who have the jetpacks. Yeah, these guys are like floating around and whatnot. So already that's like one new unit that they're showcasing. And new commanders, of course. Yeah. So new Corpus tech commanders. And there's the Kreska.
Speak to my man in the field and we'll get you resupplied.
The base is theirs, which means you can now take bounties here without returning.
Weather like this, I do not miss my organics. So, what do you need? Base locked down, comms up. Now, no time for a break. Utica's got more work for you.
This landscape is massive.
We'll keep watching. You, stay warm.
Plains of Eidolon would fit almost in that basin we just walked by.
This crew fell back to his church. Get in there and get our personnel roster back. We've got good people in deep cover who are dead if we don't.
So maybe we need a way to get around that's a little bit appropriate.
Hoverboards. Now, one thing you'll note, each time that they pull the hoverboards out, there's actually a glitch that they avoid intentionally. So each time that the hoverboards are out in the demo, you'll notice that they pull it out through the gear wheel each time. If they tried hopping back onto the hoverboard, see how they hop off right here? By the way, I love that they jumped off in unison there. That's just like, you had the practice and you made it good. Like that unison backwards jump was like, so good. I love it. And, but yeah, so like there's a glitch where if they tried, like hopping back onto the hoverboards, they wouldn't have control over the acceleration anymore. So, and they wouldn't be able to get off. They can't get off the boards, so they're intentionally redeploying the hoverboards each time and doing radical moves. So there's that. And now this part I love so much.
It's poop.
Outworlder, do you see that? They're big scat. A sweet smell. They feed on the gene-altered foliage of Alice. See if you can track it.
That's so cool, the jump pads. I don't know if there's jump pads elsewhere in the game, but that's the first time I'm seeing them like that.
This landscape is filled with returned creatures that are on the brink of extinction. We decided we'd punish Rebecca's bird-killing ways from last TennoCon.
And so, like, to go back onto the jump pad sort of thing, I think I can only think of one area in the PvE mode where there is the vents in the Venus. Is it Venus or Europa? One of the Corpus tile sets has like vents that you like can hover on a little bit, but they're not really necessarily pushing you up like a jump pad would. So I'm not sure, but I think that's the first actual jump pad, like designated as a proper jump pad, not like a hover pad. There might be something in Conclave, but I've never played Conclave much, so I don't know. Yeah.
With a whole new gameplay system to track animals, trank them, and send them back for conservation.
And I am so down to clown with this system here. Like, the foliage is so good.
So there's some interesting game mechanics for this, and let's see how good Rebecca is with the Echo Lure.
Signs of grazing here. Possibly an endangered white-breasted vermink, judging by the bite width. And Welder, if we don't relocate this animal, the corpus will snatch it up for their feed and research division. Now, ready your trick, and see if you can mimic its call with your echo lure. Did you hear that? Sounds like a young male. Hurry, mimic its reply before it becomes suspicious and moves off. That's it. You've got his interest. Now, we wait for the animal to approach. Stay downwind and hidden until you have a clear shot with your tranquilizer. If you spook the animal, we'll lose this opportunity. Excellent. Quickly, tag it with a beacon, and I'll send in a relocation drone. An adolescent vermink.
Now, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but they kind of made the vermink look like an aardvark a little bit. Who knows? It could very well that they did base this design on an aardvark, but we'll see. And so I also got to talk to Steve on this past Sunday when we were at the Sunfest, and I inquired about other possible animal types that we could be trying to lure and conserve later on. And I asked him if there was any chance of avians being a thing, and now he actually showed me some unreleased concept art of an avian that was owl-like in nature. So like you saw how the vermink had the foliage bitten away at, the avian will have like little mice-like things. Avian as in like a bird. So the avian is like an owl. It is, from the concept art that I can recall from what he showed me, it has the body and wings of a snowy owl. The tail is kind of like, it's also white. Like the body is almost entirely white except for the claws and the tips of the wings a little bit, and the face. So the body is essentially like a snowy owl. It has a bit of a neck to it. The face is shaped like a barn owl, but it kind of looks like it has a bit of a mask to it. It's like coppery in look from what I remember. And the tail is shaped like that of a parrot tail. And so if it's owl like, it should cause it it should be white because it's basically winter. Yeah, its coloration was, it's like its main color was white. And so I asked how you would go about like if there was like different ways of luring each animal there, because you have the echo lure there, but there's also going to be a bit of a ecology here with the animals here living on this planet. So how the vermink, you would see it was biting out the foliage there. So like its teeth are sharp, yes, but they're meant for getting at the ferns there that are growing out of the ground there. Meanwhile, the avian will, the owl-like avian will be hunting down these like small rodents, and so in order for you to capture the avian, you have to set up a small trap with the rodents, and then and then you can track it from there. And there's from what we saw at the businesses wares, there is several different types of bait. As to what the bait actually is, we'll see, but I'm very much looking forward to the different types of animals that we could be capturing and conserving here on Venus. And God, that looks so cute.
Rescued this animal just in time. Expect due compensation.
And up it goes.
And up into space.
Oh, and before we go too far,
An adolescent for me. Poor Heath. Alberta, you've rescued this animal just in time. Expect due compensation.
you. All right, so you can see right on that rock right there, you can see that it is confirmed that the mining systems will be in place on Venus. So get your mining lasers ready. And I did talk to, like I mentioned before we started the demo proper, the mining lasers from Cetus, if you already have the best lasers there, I highly recommend getting them if you don't yet. So that way when this landscape drops, you are able to do the high-end mining without having to worry about it too much. But I think, well, we'll see. I'm not sure how well the advanced Nosum's cutter will do in Venus, but we'll see. Hopefully it does do well in Venus. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that the fishing is not going to carry over the same way. If you have your fishing gear, it should be okay, but it's not going to do the same amount as what you want with the robotic aquatics.
And up into space. But we still have that bounty to take care of. So I think it's time for some more radical K-Drive.
Excuse me.
Maybe Rebecca can get a bit creative, yeah.
And I was also talking to Steve on
there's a good jump
this
coming
past
up.
Sunday. The only move that they have available in the game right now is the spin jump. We were kind of joking around, but like we wanted, we asked if grinding like a skateboard as you would, like grinding on the rails and then being able to like aim down sights as you're grinding, and of course doing other maneuvers as well. And so we all, like, as soon as we started mentioning the grinding on the rails, we just sort of started making all the jokes about like, oh, grinding while you grind and grinding on the grind and all that sort of jazz. I got a lot of people in the group just sort of like making similar jokes and whatnot. So it looks like those tiny spiders
I hope
that
there's
when
not a
they
bigger spider anywhere, 'cause those are creepy.
well it looks like when those smaller spiders are like dead and whatnot. Android is obsessed with making his bullet faster than a hoverboard. I mean, it's most likely
That
possible.
guy sure loves himself.
You're in my church, Tenno. And here, sinners pay for their sins.
I'm so glad that they didn't start pouring out of the mouth or the headpiece or the head slot, because I think showing just the two was good. If they showed any more of that, I'm pretty sure people would have been like, ooh. It also helps that these orb weavers are like four-legged and not eight-legged. I would like them to gush out. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do that, to be honest. Just like have like it overflowing with them. But mind you, like then in the end, like you're seeing how long it takes to kill these things.
The void is munificent. Behold, it is bequeathed us creatures grand.
Oh no.
Creations monstrous.
Oh no.
Behold and tremble.
Those types of spawn. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people. A lot of people are asking for the orb weavers to spawn the smaller ones, and they'll be looking into that later. I actually saw a size
Yeah, we're not
comparison
gonna show you how to beat that yet.
of the massive orb.
You guys gotta figure that out for yourselves.
That orb is like so much bigger than an Eidolon. It was crazy. Steve has actually made a tweet about the size comparison between the orb and the Eidolon, and
So I think, you know, we could show
Eidolon
you the
almost
underground
doesn't
caves.
compare.
We could show you the crazy mechanical fish. We could show you the lair orbs. But we want you to discover and explore this vast, alien, hostile world yourself. And we really hope you enjoy what the team has brought for you.
it doesn't look that big, but they're not. It's not the biggest one. It's big, but it's not the biggest
Great work.
one. I'm pretty sure.
Didn't crash. I'm so excited.
So at this point, Rebecca has returned back to
K-driving is the best.
everybody.
The hoverboard is amazing. The K-drive.
She's left the
Oh, Tenno, you've crossed a line.
left the computers, and now
By the void,
at this
your
point here,
presence.
she's actually returning back over to the
Shit.
3 computers, and she's back at the computer now.
Still being bombarded from orbit. I wonder if we can do something about that.
Yes. Excuse me. So good.
Welcome aboard, operator.
Operators.
This is a Sigma Series railjack, a multi-crew interceptor. Engineering, tactical, weapon systems all await your command.
So as you probably noticed, that there was a shade right there as she walked past it. these interceptors will act as a secondary Lisette, so you can still have your arsenal and modding station and all that stuff here.
Awaiting launch sequence. Are you ready for this?
And
there are many emergency exits aboard this spacecraft, operator. Please take note of the one nearest you. In the unlikely event of a violent decompression, safety lights will illuminate in the floor to guide you.
And this is so cool how they've done this. So it is essentially a seamless transition between being on Venus. Oh. And then being on above. This is essentially the loading screen here. Welcome to space. Right in the clouds. Yeah, alright. Now,
What do you think?
Whoa, no, don't. Oh, god damn it. Where is it? Sorry. I hit a button. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, when I was talking to Steve on Sunday, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but he kind of made the allusion to possibly having the flying Eidolon here, maybe as a silhouette in the background of the demo here. I'm not sure if he was being like, let's see if you can find it, or if it was actually here. 'Cause I am pretty sure it's not, but it could be.
What do you think?
Capital in this sector. Be advised, they have alerted the fleet. Reinforcements are inbound.
You guys want to see if Danielle, Meg, and Rebecca can blow up this capital ship? So do I.
Eidolons are on the planes. But do they have to be? The old war happened everywhere. It wasn't just Earth. Who's to say that the Eidolons...
The old planetary defense grid that's still above Venus in orbit. Most of it's gone inert. And there's Neff's ship.
Because there's all this debris.
My interceptors will take good care of you, Tenno.
All this debris that she's shooting at so that the ship doesn't take hull damage.
All right,
while...
so the crew is working here. Here we go.
Hull damage. Get them off.
And now it's important to note that they never use Danielle's screen time for whatever reason. So this is Megan and Rebecca. Rebecca being the Meg, Megan being the So I'm just looking in the debris field in the background. I'm trying to see if I can see any recognizable shapes. Megan being the Excalibur and Danielle being the Volt, but we don't see Danielle's perspective really at all during this, except for seeing her at the very beginning and then intermittently through the other perspectives. I see a whole bunch of obelisks. I don't really see anything outside the windows yet that could possibly be the Eidolon. Who knows? So Danielle's taking out the fires. There she is, taking out all the fires. That rank up is her Sigma and Octanus. Don't worry about that. That's the ships do have mastery rank, but they take a lot more to level up than any of the weapons.
Maybe it's time for a helix. Go to tactical.
He said helix there, so I think the helix is what is like a homing rocket launchers. Homing missiles. There we go. Right now we're so close to the other ship that I don't think we can spot anything in the distance anyways. All I see is just a lot of debris. And they updated the ship's textures and whatnot just for this alone. We've seen this ship so many times hovering outside of planets and in the So a new force field.
So you need to coordinate the team. Meg's hit a barrier. Rebecca's got to go to tactical and disable it for her. Oh, first maybe use a little turret help.
So I really love that there's the two split screens that they're showing off right now. How both of these events are happening in real time, and how the commander of the ship can actually take a look and see how well that they're doing inside of the ship. Kind of like a roguelike. Like having a like a command and conquer sort of vibe, or like you can see the overview of what's going on inside the ship.
All this is happening at the same time. Right now, Meg looks out the window. She's gonna see Rebecca flying that ship with Danielle on the guns.
And it's also important to note, whenever you see Megan's screen hitch, it's not the game lagging, it's the stream. So something from the streaming software that they're using to do the split screen stream. So right now she's scanning the whatever that core is.
Oh. Target locked. It's time for the big gun.
And now Rebecca can see where that item is, and now she can
Full power weapons.
fire on it.
This is it, operator.
Don't miss.
So good. Now, it's important to also note that there is no UI in any of these demos, outside of when they show the interface for the commander's view. So they're not showing how long it takes to do this mission in total. And off we go. And when I was talking to, like, look how happy Megan and Rebecca and Danielle are. Like, Megan is like full on crying, like she's like wiping a tear away from her eye. Hopefully the ships are more challenging. Yes, they are. So when I was talking to Steve on Sunday, Steve was essentially saying that he doesn't want to have a barrier to access for these ships. It will take coordination. It will take coordination for 4 players to do these events. And if you notice throughout the entirety of that, the ship that they were using should have been destroyed. Like, it was probably, like, the hull was just gone. Like, the meter for the hull was, like, empty. There was life support and there was that other thing. That ship should have been destroyed. But, so, I don't think there was actually 4 people on that ship. They never showed anybody else arriving. I don't know how they brought in that ship outside of, like, it was just a sequence of events, so I'm not sure how they brought in that ship. It could have been, like, I think it was just a script that ran, and then because they were in a squad together from the beginning, they were all brought onto the ship. I don't know if it's possible for people to be, like, solo in the ship and then come down to Venus and pick up 3 other players. I don't know if that's possible. But that ship, when they were attacking the, when they were attacking that capital ship, should have been destroyed. Like, I know for a fact that during these demos, they are using God mode. There's no way that they could do all the things that they needed to do without it breaking, like crashing first of all, and then, like, nobody wants to see the developer die. Like, let's be real here. We want to see the gameplay, and we don't want to see them, like, fall down and have to be revived and take up time that's not necessary. So they are in God mode pretty much the entire time when they're doing these demos, and I don't blame them, because it's just, if they're down, it's not cool. They're thinking about having you be able to access the ship at a certain part of the story. Well, Railjack isn't right away. Venus comes first. Like, Fortuna and the Orb Valis, that comes first. That is going to be this year. Railjack with the ship and whatnot, that system is later. It might come this year. It's not likely. Judging by how when Plains of Eidolon launched, that like from TennoCon to launch, that was about roughly 3 months. So I don't expect Fortuna to launch until late summer, early fall. And then they're going to be okay, that's just what the DE said. Yeah. I mean, it just makes sense. Like, it's 3 separate drops that they're going to be doing. So it's going to be Fortuna, it's going to be Railjack, and then once we get to it, it's going to be the new war. And their goal is to try and get all these things out by the end of the year. I highly doubt it. It's more than likely New War is next year, and same with Railjack. I don't expect those things to be this year. Especially with how Plans of Eidolon launched. I'm assuming that they're going to be focusing on doing all the hot fixes and making sure that the content is there after it launches, so that people are not like too pissy about the launch. We'll see, but it's going to be like at least a month. Like, I would give them at least another 3 months post launch of Fortuna, and then the Railjack system. So we'll probably see Railjack before Christmas. No guarantees, but we'll probably see Railjack before Christmas. And Chroma Prime is going to be coming out with Christmas, so that's going to be fucking rad. They already showed that the Grand Prime is going to be coming out, and they were pretty blatant. It's going to be Chroma. Chroma Prime is this year, and I'm very much looking forward to that. And also, on a side note, but related, they are not going to be doing any more Prime trailers with Ballast. They have 2 more in the works, but after those are done, they're not doing any more. They're going to be put on hiatus, because there's just so much work ahead of them right now. They have Fortuna, they have Railjack, and they have the new war, the new cinematic quest. And so I don't blame them. Still want them, but don't blame them. It's Hydroid. As we currently stand right now, Hydroid is like close to 9 months old now. Something like that. Because it's like every 3 months they release a new Prime. So it's we've been through Hydroid, Mirage, so that's 3 months. Hydroid to Mirage, Mirage to Zephyr. Then it was Limbo? Yeah. 9 months. And no Hydroid trailer. Mind you, I don't entirely blame them, because they had all this that we've been watching up so far, and like they've been like batting down the hatches. We are getting ready for TennoCon. Like they went radio silent, and like literally before TennoCon even began, Steve was sleeping on the floor in his office. Like, they're crazy. And Steve is having like at least a week-long holiday to relax after this, and I honestly don't blame him. Like, I wish the staff to have a good vacation time. I want them to rest up, and when they come back, I hope they have all the energy in the world that they need to complete what they need to do, because holy shit, they have their work set up for them. So let's continue with the rest of this now.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
So they do.
I guess they liked it. We were a little nervous.
Just a bit.
We were.
I kind of want to just like.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. The developers.
Now you know why I'm wearing a space hat.
Yeah, that has been subtle the whole time, and so many people at Digital Extremes made that possible. You guys, have been working on this for so long, and it's just so fun to finally show you kind of what's going on. What's going on behind the
And
hood.
no, it's not shipping in 2 weeks. I heard that.
No. Yeah. No. But for that, we should probably give away our
Yeah.
Power Plat prize.
All right, so that's the plat prize winner. It's like 100,000 plat,
winner
whatever.
At home, someone wants to see what you're doing.
I got it.
Yeah. Now we should probably talk a little bit about. I think I would just ignore that the demo happened and then went right to Power Plat.
That happened.
Yep. Obviously, we'll have more information on you for you guys on future dev streams. But I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to say before we sort of.
Steve, you had in your rehearsal.
Oh,
You
yeah.
did say you're going to talk about bringing the rune spec to space. That I thought was
I think people here know the game's history well, and that we tried to make science, really hardcore science fiction game called Dark Sector, and it ended up changing. And we're still proud of what we did, but we still have a poster on the wall of the office that I see every day that I leave my office, and it is of a concept of what we just showed you, a small group, really powerful, teched out ninjas in space, flying a multi-crew ship, working together, tactical engineering, fire suppression, turrets, upgrading their ship and boarding massive capital ships and destroying them from within. And really, the part that I love so much about that is just how much interesting interplay there is between the scales of Warframe we've been kind of playing with for a while, and we haven't had a chance to say, what if we tie it all together? What if we make it work all together? And I think that's, when I saw it all come together, I thought this really feels at home at Warframe. So I'm really excited to finish it.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Just to be clear, Railjack is about taking control of the solar rails and going into sectors unknown, sectors that don't have a lot of light, sectors that are beyond the kind of railroad of the lines that you're familiar with in the map. And so it's not.
No.
It's not on
She's
rails.
shouting no
and
because people are
there's a
calling
complete flight
out
model
Tau.
there, and everything like that. So it's I don't know, I'm floored by what the team has done, and yeah, it's like a dream come true for me. This part is like my dream game. Like I love the kind of nerdy, Star Trekian kind of things, and managing the ship combined with that really hardcore action of being there.
It's just incredible, and I know a lot of people at home are watching. You're not feeling the energy in this room from the amazing individuals in our community who showed up to TennoCon 2018 and cheered us on the, yes. And we are, of course, sending everyone online. We're going to send you to twitch.tv/GuardianCon because we now have a 2-hour Warframe block starting at 7 o'clock where we're going to have Warframe partners talking about what we just saw for 2 hours. And of course, if you can donate toward the amazing cause, it would be awesome. And it's going to be an incredible kickoff after this. But
I met so many amazing people, and I can't believe this is the 3rd year that we've done this. And now it's grown, and but every time I see the family, the familiar faces, and I'm really honored to meet so many of you who very often say I've been playing for years.
someone came up to me today and said, I've been playing since I was 12.
4 years from now.
And you looked quite adult, so.
And each of you that we see every time we do these, there's people that we see, we really do feel like you guys are our family because we see you every time, and you come up and it's like we're friends because at least, we only see each other once a year, but we get to see each other. And I hope that's how it is for everybody in this community. We love you guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And,
Are we gonna actually finish early for a change?
Well, I think there's one, you know.
Oh, there's something else?
There's nothing else.
There's one more thing?
One more thing.
One more
Okay.
One more thing.
I like how Scotch just.
If you haven't played the sacrifice, look away.
Now, it's important to note the color schemes in this trailer and the architecture. Just pay attention to that, and we'll continue on with the rest of this trailer. And like Steve said, if you didn't quite hear him, if you have not played the sacrifice, look the fuck away. So they seduced you, they used you, they took away your fire.
Mother, what must I do?
And that's it.
Good night.
That's it.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
coming.
much.
We
Bye,
love you.
everyone.
We love you so much.
Did I miss?
We owe you everything.
This is so cool. And that's it. And I'm not. I'm pretty sure that guy that's in the right corner right there is the founder. The guy in the blue shirt that's in the front of the screen right now is actually the voice actor of Bellis leaving and all that jazz. So just cool shit all around. It's unreal. TennoCon was out of this world. Literally. Kira, I don't know if you were doing that pun intentional, but I'm so down to clown with that. So, you've probably noticed in the... What the fuck? In the background, some of the Tenno in the background were also using, having their collector's t-shirts on, which I'm wearing right now. TennoCon 2018 sigil. It was nice. And so that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna go over the merch that I got, really. Not really a whole lot. Like, if anything, there wasn't a whole lot more to the weekend other than the following morning. Like, I never saw Kaz in like the full. I didn't see them for very long, and unfortunately, I wanted to hang out with them more over the weekend, but it never really like lined up. So this is Kaz in their full Alad V cosplay. So cool. And there's Tube Girl. I actually have a drawing from them. It gave me a little chroma drawing, actually. It's kind of cute. Ow. Just hit my toe on one box. But yeah, they gave me this cute little chroma. And while we were waiting for Tenno Live to happen, the beer can from the Fox and the Fiddle. Super cool. I met up with from the 70s. I'm not gonna squeak it, but he gave me a cute little duck and a really cool business card. Greats gave me one of his magnets. Sharky gave me some concept art. One of the TennoCon concept art artists. And I think that's it for there. Excuse me. Alright, so let's get the music back going again. Alright, so actually one of the funny things is, as a result, I personally found this kind of really funny. But after that whole thing with the ships and whatnot, this is taken from a Sea of Thieves quick 10-second video, and this is pretty much their reaction to it, and I fucking love it. It's something quick. I love it. And then so Sunday I went and had breakfast with Sherpa, Greats, Brozyme, Michelle, Shannon, and let's see. I think this was me leaving the convention. And then Grace's assistant cooking, whipping up the eggs. So we're just having a good time there. And let's see. Yeah, him cooking, getting the scrambled eggs all together and whatnot. Michelle going over to film close, get a closer look. There's Amanda giving me the Romano cheese, which I am going to try my damnedest to find. It's so good. Like, they're looking at Magic the Gathering cards while they're like good cheese. And then that was, oh wait, no, that was, oh, okay, so this is like still breakfast and whatnot. So like him serving out the scrambled eggs with ham and the Romano cheese, like, oh, so good. And then like on the side we had the salsa, and then the following like later on, after we had finished, like I had checked out of my hotel and brought my stuff over to Sherpa's after that, and then we all went to somewhere first, and I don't remember what that was about. I think we went to a comic store. Yeah, we went to like LA Mood to go pick up the pre-release sets for the Magic the Gathering. I don't play Magic, so everybody else got their Magic cards, and then went here to the Sunfest Festival Park where everything is, and just like everybody's sort of like hanging out on the left there, and then just the developers are there, there's partners, and then like everybody in between. Like super fun. And I love how the sign for TennoCon 2018 is on a garage sale sign. Just sort of, I love that. And then the meme of memes happened. Rebecca had Faven go out and hunt for these items, and then one of the other Tenno there got the shawl or whatever that is, to scarf to go around his neck while he did this, and I just
Yes. We all live together, Steve. Come on. That's right. You weeb.
I don't know any.
Play Freebird.
That's all I got. You guys are jerks.
And so there was that video that I took, and then I didn't realize at the time that Faven got like a pan flute and like the whistle flute. So like I had this shorter 20-second video.
Animal lure. Echo lure. Poor dog.
Look amazing, Steve.
All right.
Work it, honey.
All right. Call me the bog one.
Alright, so I think that's essentially it. Yeah, so it's just the picture of Steve holding all the instruments there, just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? This is when I had all the conversations with Steve about, like, I'm not just like the only person like one-on-one. It was like a whole group of us encircled around him, and there's an image of us there's an image of us where we're all sort of like looking at the camera and we're doing like the pose on our knees and whatnot. And so I don't think it's been tweeted yet. I really hope it does. I'm pretty sure it was Rebecca who took the photo, where we're just all sort of like doing like a meditative pose. And I really hope that gets out, because I really want to see that, like see what that was. And then it's just me leaving London on the train. There's the convention center. And then all the merch I got. So there's the mug. It's upstairs right now, so I can't show the other side of it, but like I already had like I've had several coffees with it now already at this point. There's the shirts, the the bathing suit, the concept art. Now the vinyl, I got last year, and the shampoo and conditioner is from Rob, from a gig I plays. He actually gave that to me, which is pretty cool of him. So I got the vinyl, first vinyl signed by George Spanos. He is the sound director, music director for Warframe, and him and Keith Power, I think maybe one other person, was in charge of the music of Warframe. So while I was waiting in line, I didn't see any other opportunity but to get a signature from him at that point, because I didn't think I would see him again until like maybe going in for the autograph line, but even then I was like, nah. So, and then I got the cover of the, like the outside cover, the one, the twofold signed as well. Not the sleeve. These are the concept art pieces that Sharky gave me. The top one is a signed Donna to go with the Quoro set. A Necros helmet. Oh, that one's actually upside down. So like going from top to bottom, that one's actually upside down. The helmet and lantern thing or whatever is supposed to be the other way around. You can tell by the letter font that it's actually upside down. Whoops. So like when like there's the weapon, like there's the Tonfa weapon skin, and then the helmet. Then there's like a sword weapon skin, and then there's the Soma armor set that he designed. And the Quoro weapon skin, and the right side up version of that a Cerebrus Necros bundle that he was working on. And then the signed on that did get in. So Sharky signed on will be coming into the game in the next round 13, 14, whatever one it is at this point. That is going to be coming into the game along with the Nova Corpora skin and a few others, and a lot of the Blade of the Lotus skins. And then the bottom one is like an armor collection for that matches up with the Soba that he designed. Oh, excuse me. And then the shirt that I got, that hat I got online, so it doesn't really count. And then I finally, like, from the Warframe prints from I Am 8-Bit from last year, I finally got these two signed. When Rebecca asked me when she was signing this, did you want Lotus or did you want Rebecca? Well, I said, Mom's gone, so you're here, so you sign Rebecca, please. And then while I was sitting at the tree with Steve, I got his signature on, I got the signature for Steve then. And then that's it. That is it. So yeah, good times. Mom betrayed us. Yep. So, oh, and here is the screenshot of the orb versus the Eidolon. And I believe this is just a Terry, not a Harry or a Gary or whatever. The orb is a big boy, not big boob, but I mean, if you have two of them together, they could be boobs. But yeah, so there's that. Me posting that. Yeah, so like I did the tweet, like I got on the train at 3:55 p.m. and then I didn't get home until 10:30 p.m. I was on that train for so long. And so, what's going to be happening with the spiders? The orbs aren't random wanderers. Gotta love that stream delay. And so, the spider orbs, they're not just random walkers. They are assigned to a base layer. And the corpus occupants as their eggs, each has a small programmed personality. So that's pretty cool. Pablo showing off his hoverboard abilities. There we go. Although the capital ship was completely rebuilt for TennoCon, art was pushed even further after this video was increased in the details of scale. So we've already had these ships in games for years now at this point, and so they completely redid the entire ship. And so there's a new fog rendering system. Excuse me. For specific areas of Venus that they have rendering out. So like only over certain areas will the fog appear. Cool art. Oh, for the TennoCon thing, for the Ash Prime drop. Oh, I think that might already be done. Let's see. Link in a new tab. Done. Nope. Alright, so... Alright, so script is done. So... I think it's done. So the Ash Prime thing is already taken care of. Excuse me. Tweeting about the merch I got. Kevin Glint. Yeah. Doing like fucking fantastic art. As always. There we go. Alright, so the TennoGen 2018 panel recap thread. This panel was not streamed. But there is new categories for the TennoGen that's going to be happening. Hopefully before the end of July, and we'll see how that pans out. So rapiers, staves, fists, axes, nakanas, and daggers are going to be the new melee categories. Now, as for new primary weapon skins, due to the way how weapons work, with the primary and secondary weapons, for now it's just the primary weapons. Unlike melee weapons, which can have skins applied to by category, the complex reload and firing up animations on our primary and secondary weapons don't allow for that. Instead, we have to apply them on a per weapon basis without the ability for our creators to create custom models. Regardless of these restrictions, the love for weapon skins is real, so we want to offer more diverse options for the community in the workshop. We compiled a list of the most used primary weapons since 2018, weapon rebalanced, and let the panel attendees decide which 2 weapons they'd like added to the workshop next. This is what they chose. So they chose the Opticore and the Arcaplasmor, and I'm honestly not too surprised. The Arcaplasmor is a beast. More secondary weapon skins are a possibility in the future, but the abundance of single and dual wield variants in this category makes this a little bit more difficult to implement. We are looking into the best way to handle this for our community and creators. Now, there is going to be operator accessories. This is something I'm very much looking forward to, and something that was alluded to in LAD 2012's fashion concept. Now, the suit is not a thing. It cannot really ever be a thing yet. But this can be a thing. And so, in the future, creators will be able to make their own operator accessories in the following 3 categories: eye accessories, ear accessories, and facial accessories. We will have an official thread describing the requirements and guidelines for these new pieces when we are ready to add them officially to the TennoGen tool. The soon TM meme lives on, but we are prioritizing adding these new categories before we start round 14. Yeah, Operator TennoGen, it's going to be fucking rad. And on top of that, TennoGen identifiers. So much like the Guides of the Lotus are given additional identifiers for Tenno to recognize them, like the armor set. And I think they also get a glyph. I don't recall. We are going to be doing the same for our TennoGen creators and DE staff. I'm not sure if they've got that Signdana finished or not, but DE staff will have their own Signdana at some point. And I saw DE Skyers working on it before TennoCon. The actual design excuse me. The actual design and implementation of these items are still to be determined, but we're thrilled to be able to offer them a means of showing their creators' status in game. Excited to see what the rest of 2018 holds for TennoGen and our creators, and I'm going to like that. No, wait, I'm going to applaud. Very cool. Very cool. Very much looking forward to this. And they actually hired a couple of the TennoGen creators this year. So they actually hired Stench Fury as a developer now, and then there was one other person who got hired from the TennoGen freelancers. It wasn't LED. And like Ecluse. I don't know how to pronounce their flippin' name, but they're definitely down to clown with this. Like, I love the combos that they have right here. Like, it looks like one of those bandana things going on right here. And the earpieces. It just looks so good. I think that was it. That's what it looks like. Yeah, Operator TennoCon. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. And I think that's essentially it. I need to get to bed now. I was thinking of maybe streaming gameplay, but no, I'm like, I'm kind of dead and I have to get up early-ish tomorrow. So I very much enjoyed talking about tonight. And I may even just like upload all this to YouTube and just like, hey, have this as like a memento to look over later. Maybe we'll see. My voice is going, and yeah, I'm pumped. I have work tomorrow, so I'm going to move that over here, and I'm going to look up somebody who is streaming, hopefully. Mute. Alright, so we have actually a fair number of the team live streaming right now. So what I will do right now is that I will actually do a couple things. I will do the Discord link right here. People are in chat. I also have the social. So if you want to follow me offline, there is the Twitter, there's YouTube, there's Tumblr. I've been using that one a little bit less, but I want to start using the YouTube one more. I have an idea for a video. I think I kind of wanted to start using that as like a concept idea board for what could be done with Warframe in the future. Not that they'd have to use it or anything. I just think that'd be a good way to discuss ideas for what could happen in Warframe, and just see where Warframe takes us from there. So Discord, there's that, and then there's also the Shadowpaw Strike Force, which is a stream team that I'm a member of, and we're actually gonna go and take a look at one of my fellow stream team members. So oh, cool. So we're actually gonna go and take a look at this lovely lady who is don't starting their stream actually very shortly. So I hope you all have a good night. If you've been lurking, please feel free to hit that follow button. That way you'll know when I go live next. I'm just gonna do a host because I really need to get to sleep. So anyways, I hope you all have had a good night. I will be streaming again tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern, and it goes on throughout the rest of this week. But good news for Friday, we are going to be finishing that. We're going to be starting the Build a Warframe design, and I'll see you all later. Bye.